Azura. The Daedric Prince of Dusk and Dawn is known as the Queen of the Night Sky and a guardian of transition, prophecy, and fate. Unlike many Daedric princes, she is often seen as compassionate, though still mysterious and capable of cruelty. Azura typically appears as a glowing woman with stars in her eyes, embodying both grace and danger. Azura rules over change and twilight, both literal and symbolic, guiding her followers through life's turning points. She plays a key role in the Elder Scrolls III Morrowind, aiding the Nerevarine against Dagoth-Ur. Her artifact, Azura's Star, is a reusable soul gem prized by mages. Though revered for her guidance, her justice is absolute, and her motives can span centuries. Boethiah. Boethiah is the Daedric Prince of Plots, associated with deceit, treachery, and testing strength through conflict. Seen as a god of revolution, Boethiah values ambition, cunning, and power, often inciting rebellion and encouraging followers to challenge authority and societal norms. Worship of Boethiah involves ritual combat, trials of deception, and assassination, emphasizing personal empowerment and contempt for weakness. Highly active in mortal affairs, Boethiah holds special significance to the Dunmer, once considered one of their good Daedra before their fall. The prince played a major role in shaping the Chimer, ancestors of the Dunmer, by rejecting Aedra worship. Boethiah's artifact, the Ebony Mail, is a powerful armor that enhances stealth and poisons nearby enemies. Clavicus Vile. Typically appearing as a suave, devilish man, the Daedric Prince of bargains, wishes, and power, known for offering deals that seem generous but come with hidden consequences. He manipulates through consent, luring mortals into pacts that backfire in unexpected ways, often accompanied by Barbas, his loyal and sometimes rebellious talking dog who is part of himself. Their dynamic adds tension within Clavicus's domain. His artifact, the Mask of Clavicus Vile, enhances speech and persuasion, reflecting his manipulative charm. However, it can subtly steer wearers towards serving his greater schemes. In Skyrim, his quest forces players to choose between returning Barbas or keeping the rueful axe, highlighting his love for morally complex choices. Clavicus thrives on tempting mortals with what they think they want, revealing harsh truths about pride, desire, and consequence. Hermaeus Mora. Hermaeus Mora is the Daedric Prince of knowledge, memory, and fate, often called the Tide of Fate or the Watcher at the Window. He is one of the most alien and enigmatic princes, obsessed with hoarding forbidden knowledge. His followers seek truth at any cost, often sacrificing their sanity. Mora appears as a mass of tentacles, eyes, and inky darkness. He rules Apocrypha, a dangerous realm of endless libraries, where seekers and tentacled horrors punish those who uncover secrets not meant for mortals. Though not evil, Mora is indifferent to mortal life. He values knowledge above all, even if it leads to madness or death. His worshippers seek truth, but often lose everything else in the process. In Skyrim's Dragonborn DLC, Mora plays a central role by aiding the player in defeating Miraak, the first Dragonborn. He offers great power, but demands submission, a recurring theme in his interactions. Hircine. The Daedric Prince of the Hunt, the Wild, and Lycanthropy. Known as the Huntsman of the Princes, he embodies the primal balance between predator and prey. Unlike many Daedric princes, Hircine is not deceptive. He is fair in a brutal, natural way. He rules over hunters, beasts, and especially werewolves, whom he considers his children. To him, lycanthropy is a sacred gift, not a curse, a return to one's true nature. Those afflicted may serve him, often joining his great hunts, where chosen prey is hunted for sport. Hircine's realm, the hunting grounds, is a vast wilderness where the souls of hunters and lycanthropes go after death if they honor the hunt in life. There, predator and prey stalk each other endlessly. His artifact, the Savior's Hide, grants resistance to magic and is tied to his most devoted followers, Malacath. Malacath is the Daedric Prince of outcasts, curses, and vengeance, a primal god of survival and strength through suffering. He is revered by the shunned and betrayed, offering dignity and power to those cast aside. Unlike the more refined princes, Malacath values endurance, wrath, and honor. He is especially important to the orcs, who see him as their patron. According to legend, Malacath was once Trinimac, a noble god transformed after being consumed and defiled by Boethiah, a betrayal that reflects his domain. Malacath appears as a grim, ash-wreathed figure of immense strength. His realm, the Ash Pit, is a storm-ridden wasteland where only the strong survive. He despises cowardice, treachery, and weakness, demanding loyalty earned through resilience and righteous vengeance, not blind obedience. His artifacts are the mighty Volendrung and Scourge, Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Prince of Destruction, Change, Revolution, and Ambition, one of the most overtly malevolent in the Elder Scrolls universe. He represents chaos, natural disasters, and violent upheaval, aiming to remake the world through ruin and rebirth in his own image. His artifact, Mehrunes' Razor, is a dagger with a chance to instantly kill. Dagon is worshipped by revolutionaries, warlords, and madmen seeking to tear down the world through fire and blood. His name is feared, and his presence always signals chaos. His cult, the Mythic Dawn, plays a major role in the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, where Dagon is the main antagonist. The Oblivion Crisis sees his Daedric forces invade Tamriel through fiery gates leading to his realm, the Deadlands, a hellish world of lava, spike towers, and war. Unusually, Dagon physically manifests during the game's climax, demonstrating his immense power. Mephala. Known as the Web Spinner, Mephala is the Daedric Prince of secrets, lies, murder, and sex. She thrives on manipulation, betrayal, and subtle influence, weaving events from the shadows rather than acting openly. Mysterious and enigmatic, Mephala delights in entangling mortals in webs of deceit and morally complex choices. Her domain blends violence and pleasure, valuing both seduction and bloodshed. To the Dunmer, Mephala is one of the good Daedra, credited with shaping their culture and founding the Molag Bal, a guild that treats assassination as sacred ritual. She contrasts with Sithis in the Dark Brotherhood, favoring calculated political killings over chaos. Her artifact, the Ebony Blade, grows stronger as the wielder betrays trusted allies, symbolizing her belief in power through treachery. Meridia. Known as the Daedric Prince of Life, Energy, and the cosmic forces of light, unlike most Daedra, she is often seen as benevolent due to her fierce opposition to undead and necromancy, which she sees as vile perversions of the natural order. Her realm, the Colored Rooms, is a radiant, crystalline plane of light and order, vastly different from the usual chaotic Oblivion realms. Meridia is proud and uncompromising, demanding strict loyalty and punishing disobedience as betrayal. In Skyrim, her quest has players purge her temple of a necromancer, earning Dawnbreaker, a sword that blasts undead with holy light. While she may appear righteous, her rigid will and dominating nature reveal her true Daedric essence, aid on her terms and hers alone. Molag Bal. Known as Stonefire, he is the Daedric Prince of domination, enslavement, and soul harvesting, one of the most feared in the Elder Scrolls universe. Molag Bal represents tyranny, cruelty, and the perverse desire to break mortal will. He is the creator of vampirism, cursing mortals with undeath as a twisted mockery of life. Vampires often worship him as their dark master. His artifact, the Mace of Molag Bal, drains stamina and magicka, trapping souls, a tool of domination made manifest. Unlike manipulative princes like Clavicus Vile or Mephala, Molag Bal is blunt force, domination, suffering, and total control. He is a terrifying embodiment of what happens when choice is erased. In the Elder Scrolls Online, he serves as the main antagonist, seeking to merge Nirn with his realm, Cold Harbor, a bleak, lifeless mirror of Tamriel ruled by pain and control. Namira. Namira is the Daedric Prince of darkness, decay, and the spirit of the repulsive. She rules over rot, disease, and all things shunned or taboo, embracing what society finds vile. Her domain includes the forgotten, the outcast, and those who dwell in filth, from beggars to cannibals. Unlike other Daedric princes who value strength or cunning, Namira glorifies corruption and ugliness as sacred truths. Her followers are those rejected by the world, who find power in embracing the abject. Her realm is one of eternal darkness and decay, mirroring her dominion over what is discarded and left to rot. While not openly destructive like Mehrunes Dagon, Namira represents a more insidious force, entropy, the slow, inevitable unraveling of all things. Worshipping her is a rejection of beauty and order, and a celebration of decay and defilement. Her artifact, Namira's Ring, grants stamina and health regeneration when feeding on corpses. Nocturnal. Nocturnal is the Daedric Prince of night, darkness, and mystery, associated with shadows, stealth, secrets, and luck. She embodies the hidden, the lost, and the forgotten. As matron of thieves and shadow walkers, she is the silent patron of the Thieves Guild and the Nightingales, an elite order sworn to her. Her power manifests through luck, stealth, misdirection, and subtle influence. Unlike other princes, she rarely speaks or intervenes directly. Her presence is quiet and ever-present. Her Oblivion realm, Everglow, is a twilight world of eternal night and shifting shadows, home to hidden sub-realms like the Twilight Sepulchre, a portal to her power. Her artifact, the Skeleton Key, is said to have the ability to open a portal to the Everglow, Peryite. The lesser-known and rarely worshipped Daedric prince, Peryite is the Daedric prince of pestilence, order, and natural balance. His influence is vast and insidious. He governs disease, contamination, and the structure of hierarchy, believing suffering and decay are necessary to maintain balance. Unlike other princes who revel in chaos, Peryite values strict order through affliction. To him, plague and rot are tools to cleanse and realign the world. He often appears as a small, dragon-like creature, an ironic form lacking the majesty of Akatosh or true dragons, yet symbolizing his intent. His artifact is the Spellbreaker, a Daedric shield that blocks magical attacks. Peryite's followers are often sick, outcast, or devoted to his role as purifier. To others, he is a grim reminder that decay and disease are as natural as life and growth. Sanguine. Sanguine is the Daedric prince of hedonism, debauchery, and indulgence, ruling over lust, drunkenness, pleasure, and carefree revelry. He embodies the chaotic joy of mortal excess, where rules are forgotten and gratification is the only goal. Unlike princes of cruelty or corruption, Sanguine promotes excess, urging followers to abandon restraint and indulge in food, drink, sex, or mischief. He's often portrayed as a roguish figure with a goblet in hand, always mid-celebration. In the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, he stars in a humorous quest where the Dragonborn awakens from a blackout after partying with Sam Gaven, later revealed as Sanguine. The quest is a wild trail of drunken chaos, lost items, and mistaken identity, perfectly capturing his nature. His realm of oblivion is a shifting carnival of endless feasts, temptations, and wild parties. Though lighthearted on the surface, his influence can lead to addiction, ruin, and lives unraveling, all while he laughs. Sanguine is a reminder that too much of a good thing is both fun and dangerous. Sheogorath. One of the most iconic princes, Sheogorath is the Daedric prince of madness, chaos, and insanity. With erratic behavior, absurd humor, and wild mood swings, he embodies both creative genius and lunacy. To Sheogorath, madness isn't evil. It's freedom from logic, rules, and reality. He's capable of both whimsical kindness and terrifying cruelty, often without reason. He thrives on contradiction and confusion. The Wabbajack is one of his artifacts, a chaotic staff with unpredictable effects. Sheogorath was once Jyggalag, the Daedric prince of order, but was cursed by the others to become a madness incarnate. This duality adds surprising depth to his absurd nature. To mortals, Sheogorath is terrifying, hilarious, and oddly charming, a walking paradox and a god of beautiful chaos. Jyggalag. Jyggalag is the Daedric prince of order, embodying strict logic, structure, and determinism. Unlike his chaotic siblings, he seeks to impose perfect order on the universe. Feared for his power, the other Daedric princes cursed him to become Sheogorath, the Prince of Madness. This curse trapped him in a cycle where he periodically reverted to Jyggalag during the Grey March, destroying the realm of madness. In the Elder Scrolls 4, Shivering Isles, the player breaks this curse, freeing Jyggalag to exist independently from Sheogorath. Jyggalag is cold, calculating, and values order above all. His vision can be destructive to freedom and creativity. His realm was one of perfect order, and he wields a powerful sword symbolizing his nature. Vermina. Vermina is the Daedric prince of dreams, nightmares, and memory theft. She rules the subconscious, feeding on mortal fears, twisted desires, and dark thoughts. Her influence is subtle but deeply disturbing, making her one of the most psychologically intrusive princes. Vermina invades sleep, crafts vivid nightmares, and steals memories, leaving victims haunted, paralyzed by dread, or unable to remember their past. To her, memories and dreams are powerful, intimate tools to manipulate. Her realm, Quagmire, is a surreal, ever-shifting nightmare where reality constantly twists into new horrors reflecting her dreamscape. Her artifact, the Skull of Corruption, is a staff that manipulates dreams and damages minds by feeding on thoughts.